Why did I quit BCG after 2 years of my ISB MBA? Hi, if you're welcome to my channel, my name is Shatakshi. I'm an entrepreneur and an ISB MBA and of course an ex-BCGer. And on my channel, I absolutely share free advice and free experiences that I witnessed during my MBA journey and consulting and about my personal finances as well. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification buttons so that you are notified every time I'm actually putting out free content. With that, let's definitely get into the video. Once again, I'm taking a chai break, and like I always do, we are doing cheers with chai. And it's a very personal video because I'm sharing, I'm pouring my heart out in terms of why did I really leave BCG after my MBA. So largely, once again, I will divide this video into 3 parts and watch till the end if you are curious to know if on a wealth axis, am I earning more than BCG or less than BCG? So that we will discuss towards the end. So it's a very interesting video because you can also learn from me if you want to, which is how did I go about taking a decision. Decision making is actually one of the most interesting principles and skill. If you gain in your life, then you can do wonders, not just in terms of wealth, but in terms of your well-being also. So let's, there is largely a 3 axes framework. Once again, I know I'm obsessed with 3 axes. The first and the foremost is, and we will go one by one, the first and foremost is around time and well-being. So for me, I have always, and that just not recently in life, I turned 30 last October. But ever since I've been 23 and 24, I have always tried to get a freedom in terms of time. I wanted to control my time. For example, I love doing yoga at the start of the day. I love doing meditation at the start of the day. I do not like when I'm being invited on meeting invites at the really start of the day or when I'm getting on calls at 12 in the midnight, etc. That means that I like to control my time. I want to do things that I enjoy at that particular point of time, and I do not really enjoy a hustle life. I like a rather slow life because that brings out the creativity, the emotions, the problem solving and the skill set in me. Now, what had started happening was because in my second year of BCG, the pandemic had hit. And this is largely not just for BCG, this is for all the McKinsey BCG brains of the world. Our hours collectively as a consultant had increased. Why? Because whatever hours we were spending before for airtime, for our flights, for the time that was spent on the road was actually now getting channeled towards work. So our free time was actually getting channelized towards productivity. But mind you, we were already working, let's say 13-14 hours every day, and now a few days we were working 16 hours every day, and that's just not me. That was across sectors. Everyone was just so pained. I have my family members who are also working in IT sector, and their hours had also drastically increased. And I felt so stuck after a point of time that I realized that it is something that I would want to not do and not pursue. And truth be told, in truest transparency, when I joined BCG, in fact, I had told this very transparently in my interviews also, that I want to become an entrepreneur and I want you to tell me how can BCG as a career can help me become a better entrepreneur. I know it's a risky decision, but I have always been very transparent in all my communication and interviews. And if you want a separate video on how to crack interviews, happy to actually bring that video out. So please feel free to put it in the comment. It just helps me generate what kind of content that you like. But coming back, I was very clear that I wanted to do BCG for almost 2-3 years. I also know for sure if the pandemic had not happened, I think I would have stayed for 6-7 more months perhaps max, but I think I would have still left after a point of time because I had that clarity that I'm not joining BCG to become a BCG partner. I wanted to quickly learn the skills, build the relationship, build the network, and then move out. So in terms of time freedom, I don't think I was largely getting a lot of time freedom, especially during the pandemic. Before pandemic, it was still sustainable. And that was number one reason, basically freedom of time, because of which I felt that this is the right time to move on. And mind you, once again, this is not bad mouthing BCG. I have maintained this on all the public platform. A part of who I am today is because of that firm. In fact, in my own education venture, the chairmen of BCG and the senior partners and managing directors have come and taught, and that would not have been not happened without the BCG network. These are my personal struggles, because of which after a point of time I just did not feel that there is a fit with the firm at that point of time. And like I've always maintained, that even as a BCG alumni, I bleed green. So please, let's be very transparent that it's not that I'm figuring out problems with the firm. I bleed green and I think I will do that throughout my life. Which brings me towards the second point, which is largely around my health. And once again, I think the pandemic really accelerated a lot of things that would have not happened. So before pandemic, during my journey with BCG, I think I was actually at the fittest phase in my life. I was on the weighing scale right, I was building muscle, I was weightlifting and I was doing yoga, everything was right. But because of the pandemic, because the gyms were shut, everyone including the partners was struggling how to build that thin line between or find that distinction between work and life. I think I also struggled with a lot of other people, and my health took a toll. My migraine issues started resurfacing, and I think on the weighing machine my weight was also increasing. And after a point of time, I remember with a very dear friend, I was once having a FaceTime and he said, "Shatakshi, you don't look good. Are you sure you want to do this?" And I said, "Dude, that's a very good question. I'm not sure about it myself." And that was the second reasoning. I'm always a very big advocate of health. Don't do things that will take a toll on your health, because once the health goes down, it takes way more effort to actually recuperate. So that's the second point that I wanted to bring out, which is health. Which brings me almost towards the end of my decision matrix axis, which is largely around wealth. And so being very transparent, I had actually left BCG to do my own education venture, and in the short term I actually took a very big pay cut, because my education venture, we have actually purposefully decided to not take investments from outside. We want to do things in a more sustainable manner rather than in a high growth manner. My view is in education sector, especially because there are so many education ventures which are raising money, they are taking a toll on the quality of education and they're just increasing the quantity. And Naman and I, we never wanted to do it, but bringing the entire point back, for a very long period of time, I took a very big pay cut because I moved from a BCG salary, which I have shared on my other videos, which is what is the salary of a management consultant, so feel free to check that out, to of course a bootstrap startup. But now I think I would say that if this helps as an answer, I'm earning more than what I was earning as a BCG management consultant. So it took me almost more than 2 years, sorry, not more than 2 years, almost I would say a year to come back to my BCG salary. And for a very long period of time, I took a very big risk because I wanted to do things that were close to my heart, that I was really passionate about, and really create things. Alright, that's it from my side. I hope you like this video, and once again, like I always say, I hope you're doing cheers with me with chai. I am a dear chai lover. I at times miss the original chai that we get back home in India, but I try to manage with whatever English tea that I get here. And as always, I share absolutely free experiences, my experiences absolutely free of cost around MBA, around management consulting and personal finances. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification button. And if you're interested to actually do India's most disruptive alternative to traditional MBA, feel free to check out my education venture, globalgovernance initiative.org. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you again soon with my chai. Bye-bye.